weather for you.
Labor Day.
Yeah, it's Labor Day.
We're laboring.
Labor Day.
We're laboring.
Yes, we
I've
are
been distracted all morning about booze and barbecue.
Wow.
Our topic of conversation this morning has been very booze heavy, I must say.
Yeah, we were talking about White Claw and how they don't have any nutritional value, but I think we all already
Knew that when you're
and
drinking
we
it?
didn't
Yeah.
care.
What booze does, though.
Well,
I will
exactly.
say the value in booze, done responsibly, 21 and up.
There you go.
In moderation, without driving.
Right.
There's been a lot of
Get
studies,
over it.
I feel like the social aspect relaxes you a little bit.
Yeah.
This afternoon, I'm going to be in such a good mood. How am I not going to be being healthy?
It's a day drinking day for sure,
It's
right?
good for your
And us, we woke
Morale.
up so early. It's like
Your
it's
soul.
7:35.
That was deep, Kristen. Your soul.
We can start early. It's fine. We haven't started yet, though, so no
one
worries.
knows
Don't
what's
you
in the
know
popular
worries. I know. Not
This could be
quite
anything.
yet. But the day is going to make a good turnaround at 8 a.m. Let's just put it that way. What are you guys doing for Labor
Holy
Day?
shit.
What are you
all
doing
three
on
of
your
you
day
get off at
off?
like 8 a.m.
I gotta be here till 9.
I technically stay till 9:30, but today may not be one of those days. My stomach
Wow, you are ready for Labor Day.
I'm thinking about barbecue.
She's hungry. What are you guys making on the barbecue
Okay,
grill?
so we did our barbecue last night because my sister and brother-in-law and nephew are in town. So we did it last night. So my husband did. Oh my gosh. We had tomahawk steak,
Can't beat that.
ginormous.
Does your husband know what he's doing on the grill?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. He's like a grill
Is it,
master.
I better say, is it like a craft to him now? Is he at that level?
Oh, he's so good. Like those steaks were cooked perfectly, and they had multiple temperatures. Like some were medium, some were medium rare. We
Love
like
it.
medium rare plus for the kids. We had that. We had shrimp, and then we had barbecue chicken, and then we had scalloped mashed potatoes, or scalloped potatoes, I guess, and then we had asparagus.
Did you get everything off the grill before the dust storm came through?
So
All the wind?
it blew through, and then we grilled after.
Oh, perfect. And it was nice and
Cool,
cool,
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Savvy move there.
So I'm done. So I'm eating leftovers today, right after I leave here.
Nice. You're gonna be hanging out at the pool again because we don't have any chances of storm coming up during the day here, right?
Right. We just have a couple of shots for some isolated storms, mostly on the perimeter of the valley. But if you're up in the high country, be paying attention to the forecast. I know, it always concerns me because people love to go outdoors on holiday weekends, and it's just unfortunate when it's during the monsoon. You really do need to be attention.
Yeah, you got to be careful. And
Especially
then
those people that are out on the water. Oh my gosh,
I know.
it's like very frightening.
Like yesterday, my biggest concern was people out at like Apache Canyon,
Right.
Saguaro Lake, getting caught in a storm, and sure enough,
no.
they had to get off the water. And
I'll toss this to you, Christian. Rachel and I were talking. I was out of town this week. It was like 80s where I was. Came back, felt so hot. But she says it's actually been hotter this week. Higher humidity.
I feel like it's
whatnot.
more muggy.
muggy for sure.
Wait,
The
this-
humidity set. So
last
starting
week.
last week.
Oh, you were
well,
gone too.
I was in Colorado too, so I don't want to,
Don't you
speak
feel like
off
the
topic,
humidity
but since there
set
was
in last week?
with that huge storm that happened on Wednesday night,
Right,
yeah, I mean
right.
that indicates to me that our dew point would have been very high. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
I
so
like used to
disappointed I
humidity,
missed
but
the
I
storm,
feel it
by the
now.
way.
Me too. That's
I've been waiting. Like, where's our camera? We got cameras everywhere here. Our first after show here. I've been waiting for a monsoon since I basically got here. It was built up so big. Even when I was looking for places to rent, like, oh, monsoon season's
Yeah.
coming.
Oh, totally.
I honestly thought it was kind of like they're being sarcastic, like a wink and a nod. And then I got here, like, no, this is the real deal.
It's the real deal.
So I've been stoked. Last night was pretty much the first time I've been able to fully absorb it.
It's
Caught it
cool,
from my
right?
patio, the rooftop. Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful, especially with the mountains in the backdrop.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had, like, looking over to the West Valley, you had rain falling in one part, and there was dust.
There's a lot of dust.
Gorgeous sunset. It was all happening at once. It was
At
magical.
one time. But I think what's amazing to me is how fast it happens. Because, like, we went to the Museum of Natural History in Mesa.
Good time.
It's like
That's
history
cool.
or science. Anyway, the dinosaur museum. So we were down there in Mesa, and to come back, you got to circle through, pass by downtown, and go back to up
Yeah.
where we live. And we passed clear skies, like maybe a few clouds.
But that's
in the
what makes
background.
it. That's what makes it dangerous.
By the time we got
Because it
home,
happened so
was
fast.
like whatever happened behind us was just like a huge. You couldn't even see downtown because it was so dusty, and like the rain was coming in sideways, and everything was blowing in the backyard. But it was like how fast.
Yeah, it happened when we were leaving when the D-backs game was over, and I was like, oh my gosh, like holding onto my steering because it was going
Did
on
you
the
turn off
freeway.
your lights and pull over on the side of the road?
I made it home in time before I had to do that.
Speaking of the D-backs, bark in the park today.
Yeah.
I love that.
Bark at the
The dog
park
goes
so you
out to the
can
game.
bring your doggy to the game. It's a 110 game. They're taking on the Padres. However, you do have to buy a special ticket for that. But
the
still,
dog?
How much does a dog ticket cost?
it's like a $30 ticket, I
Oh my
believe, and you
goodness.
can bring you and your
That's
dog.
as much
to
as a
the-
human ticket for some seats.
I
That's
took
crazy.
Ace to Bark in the Park at Petco Park in San
Yeah.
Diego, and I think that was the best day of Ace's life.
It's a great time. Like
fun.
people love it, and your dogs get to hang out with you. You get to watch baseball, eat great food.
You know what? Even if you don't have a dog, just go and pet all the dogs.
Well, I have some friends that are going today that are bringing.
That would be me with like 3 beers. Like, where's the dogs? Where's the dogs?
Can I touch your dog?
You could always bring someone else's
Some
dog.
woman's looking at me like, who the
No,
security.
absolutely not.
My dogs have plans today. My dogs
you
are
can't
going
use
to the
Kristen's
Wandering
dog.
Tortoise, so my
That's
dogs
what we
are
do. It's like, because we don't have pets, so we love taking our kids to things like that. Because we're like, this is your day. Go play. Touch
play with
every
the
dog you want. Because
Yeah.
we're still not getting one at the house. We have too many beating hearts as it is.
There's no dogs in the McNeil's home? What? That's savage.
I have 3 husband and 2
She's like, I got plenty to deal
I
with
got
that.
3 men in the house. It's chaos.
Are the boys begging for one?
every day.
As I said,
I'm the worst.
Hilarious that we're talking
Why
about
don't I just drop Ace and Bandit off at your house? Like
When you
once a
travel
week,
next time,
and then
leave them with
it's like
us.
a temporary
Oh my gosh.
situation.
Because it is
That
true.
could be
Like
dangerous.
we just met our neighbors, and so they get the neighbor's dog sometimes and take him for a walk. Like they love dog sitting.
Well,
Oh, they
I
can
got-
take my
I
dogs
got
for a
dog
walk
sitter.
anytime.
It's perfect for
Yes.
us because then it's like the non-commitment way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
How old
do
are
it.
you boys?
11 and 8.
So when I was 8, that's when I got my first dog. I remember really wanting
He's
one.
hinting.
She did.
He's
I'm lobbying for your son. I'm like, I gotta help this kid out. I've been there.
Really
No, I'm
You know-
the meanest mom on the planet. They tell me that all the time.
You know what my parents made me do, and my sister. So we are we're 20 months apart, so 2 months
Yeah.
of birthdays, and they had us write out a contract and then sign it for all the things we would do for the dog.
Did you get held to that contract though? Did you get fined?
no,
I want
I
to
did-
fine them if they don't
I did
uphold
well.
the
I really did. As a little kid, I did well. Like, I remember,
you good?
Oh,
Oh,
we had a park across the street. I took the dog out a lot.
Okay.
He pulled me on my rollerblades, like 50 miles, big lab,
sweet.
flying down the street. Yeah, took it on the bike, took it to the
Yeah.
lake with some coconuts in the water. Love that freaking dog.
I feel like I'm
will
going to get stuck. What happens
do
is
get
my
stuck.
husband will get stuck with the dog duties.
So when you
Because
get-
who's going to walk the dog at 11 p.m.? Not me. I'm asleep.
Oh, no, it'll be your husband.
Who's going to walk him at 6 a.m.? Not the kids. It's going to be my husband. So I feel
Yeah.
like my husband's going to get the raw end of the deal.
He's not that busy. He's only a cardiologist. Right?
Wait a minute,
wait,
wait.
wait.
I just came up with the best idea.
What?
You get a dog and then just kind of give it to me, and then you can borrow it, and then I'll keep the dog full time and just drop it off for you. And then
feel
I
like
get a third
You're already
dog.
doing that.
I don't-
Just give
With
me
her
your
other
on the
dog, yeah.
weekends.
So
you
wait.
just want another dog. You want us
always
to get
want
another
another
dog.
I'm going to try to transition us to our topic today. So if your kids are not playing with their dogs today, they're probably reading a book.
Vanessa's trying to steer us back.
Yes, they're probably reading a book. So that was today's topic.
Putting the
Rachel?
prompter down here.
Take
We're
it away.
we're
All
long gone.
So this is supposed to be our topic, and we're like, what, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
A Catholic school in Nashville is pulling Harry Potter from the shelves of the library because they're saying that it teaches kids witchcraft. So we're asking, do you think schools should ban books that they don't agree? This is,
A
of course,
little
an age
witchcraft never hurt me.
Yeah.
But I think the Harry Potter
This is Arizona.
thing
We
is
believe in
kind of
aliens here, I've been told, right?
Yes, we do. So I feel like
Phoenix
the Harry
Lights
Potter
are a
thing
real
is
thing.
new-ish. What are people saying?
Well, so we have lots of people having this whole conversation without
On
us.
their own, yes.
Yeah. So Kelly Ray says, how do they know that they're actual
Doing well.
spells? Question mark. I mean, that's true. Like,
So
do
the
they-
priest apparently at the school says these are real spells and real potions, and he doesn't want the kids to have.
That's what
access
he
to
says,
That's
right?
what this one particular priest.
So Jenna said, this is ridiculous. Garnet said they can just buy the Harry Potter series for themselves, so they don't need to even get it from school. Carrie said, my kids have to read books and believe in stuff taught in school that I don't agree with. We don't get a choice.
And then Charlie says, so did the administrator, this is what
I
I'm
love this
wondering,
comment.
at the school actually use the chants and spells to actually invoke a curse? Like, how do they know
That was good,
these are
Charlie. That
real?
was really good.
Charlie, I'm 100% with you. Like, how did he verify?
Well,
What I'm verifying
and
here.
you know what? The thing is I think that stories like this are important for creative development and
Oh my gosh, totally.
imagination. And it's not like there is a real. I mean, I don't believe in witchcraft, so
Let's get that-
I'm sorry
let's
if
get that clarified.
I'm sorry if I offend you.
Only aliens for Christy, not witchcraft.
Yeah, we're all in on aliens and
We all
ghosts.
believe in
We've
aliens,
discussed
okay?
this on the show, but nobody's here for witchcraft.
But here's the thing, like to me, these things can't actually be put into action. So what's the harm of it? You
Right.
know, like they can't actually go do witchcraft.
Right.
Well, according to the administrator,
He says
the
yes.
one priest says it worked for him.
Well, Marion says, actually, all Disney movies have monsters and witches, so they need to stop showing those. Are they promoting evil with
Listen,
those?
Monsters Incorporated might be the greatest movie of all time. We're going to keep that forever.
Here's what I think on a quick serious aside here. I don't like seeing the classics getting taken out of the classroom. I really don't. There's so much to learn there. Do your kids, have they read To Kill a Mockingbird?
That's the immediate one that comes to mind.
So yeah, they're coming up on that, and
so that's in the classroom still, though.
From what I understand, those books, I know people obviously Tom Sawyer, language, different things are used in those times that are not used today. It's called a teachable moment.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a reason why we don't burn those books and this and that, because you have to learn from what has been in the past. That's what I think, especially when it comes to literature. You can't just pretend it didn't exist.
And
that doesn't benefit anybody.
When you get older, you kind of take it for granted. Oh, we're never going to forget this. People forget. You forget. If you're not taught it, you never know. You don't know what you don't know. And that's why I think it's so important.
Well, do you feel like there was a book that really changed the way you thought that was controversial? Because I can immediately think of one from 8th grade, The Giver. Did you guys read The Giver?
Well,
it was turned into a movie later too. And if you're on Facebook, comment on this too, because I'd love to hear what you think. Because that book was very controversial because of the heavy stuff that it talks about, like harm to babies. I was 13, 14 at the time. But it's about a boy named Jonas who lives in this community where they've tried to get rid of any pain or suffering by just making everything the same. Everyone dresses the same, everyone's exactly the same. He was given the responsibility of being the one who remembers painful things from the past that are blocked out now, and then he has to deal with that, and then he has to make a decision of do I keep this to myself and let this keep happening, or do I tell everyone else what's going on and change? And it translates to just the way we live every day. Are we being blinded? Are we truly feeling all there is to feel? Do we know everything? And at 13, 14, that was an eye-opening book for me. But I remember my mom, because they talk about some of the harmful things that's happening, especially to little kids.
Yeah.
I remember my mom being really concerned that I was reading it.
Right.
But she let me read it, and I'm so glad that I did, because it really did help shape my thinking.
And it's such a great way to develop, because the reality is if you're not reading these books, you're getting it from Hollywood.
Yeah.
So
when I think about Grapes of Wrath, The Outsiders, I had to read Tuesdays with Maury.
Yeah.
It strikes a chord in your brain that makes you start to see the world as a bigger place, which I believe leads you into being a more successful person ultimately. And I'd rather my kids, don't have kids, rather my future kids have
access
read through
to
the
it,
classics than watch a Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
Oh gosh,
and
where
get
they
their culture
totally butcher it.
Yeah.
They totally butcher the
Quentin
classics that
Tarantino
way.
just teaching your kids.
Oh my gosh, that
what we're worried about.
His movies are crazy.
Traumatized.
Sue has a great
I was
comment.
going to read hers. Go ahead.
Here, you take it.
No, she said, I taught 5th grade. Harry Potter was the book that finally hooked the students into reading.
That is
captivating.
So true.
Here's a question I have for the audience. Is Harry Potter, we were talking about this moments ago, is Harry Potter a modern day classic? Is that something
do you guys consider
That's a
it
good
we'll be reading
question.
50 or so years from now, or does it fade away and that's that?
I feel like it could stand the test of time.
I do too. I really do.
It's a timeless story, and so I feel like it could.
And I think it's a cultural thing. We forget how much it permeated society for so long. And it wasn't just kids, it was adults, it was teenagers.
Oh my gosh, everybody.
Yeah, and I think people will look back, and they've got to keep one in the Library of Congress for people to read and just get an idea of the culture over the last 15 years or so.
Man, that J.K. Rowling, she made a killing off those books. She really did. Oh my gosh.
Brenda says that they totally have this right. Religious schools have every right to. And, it does come down to, it is a private school. It's not a public
It is a
school.
private
I mean,
school, yeah.
they do get the right to make that decision, absolutely. And I think you really sign up for that when you send your kids to a private school.
So
If
did you see
disagree with it, you can
Sandra's?
take them somewhere else.
Go ahead, read it.
Yeah, so Sandra says, if the school is run by the Catholic diocese, the school must follow what they're told. However, I find their stance to be hypocritical. That church school is against the use of curses and spells, but not against turning child molester priests over to the police. Well, we knew it was going to
Laying
be
it down.
I feel like the question, though, really isn't do they have the right to ban these books? It's a private school. Public schools have curriculums
should
that have
they?
to. Should they?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
A lot of people chimed in
As
on this.
somebody who's Catholic, I'm like, I feel like the Catholic Church has a lot on their plate right now. I don't really know if Harry Potter should be on the plate.
Right, to be banning that from schools.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thanks for chiming in. We appreciate it. Do we have our In Case You Missed It moment?
Can we talk about your juicy Q, or in case you missed it? Million? That is amazing.
That is amazing. Rachel, do me a favor. Tell them I want a giant tooth with a Labor of Love shirt, okay? I'm going to start rocking that around downtown. I'm digging it.
I want a gold tooth with the 12 News logo.
Oh!
Extra thread.
You just stepped that up big time.
Yeah.
She left me hanging. It's
New
cool.
look.
It's
New
cool.
look.
We're moving on. We're moving on. Take the VO. Come on.
Oh, there were two great things about that. Wait, two great things about that. The gold tooth, I love that comment. I was laughing from the back, and then you left me hanging.
Am I red right now? Is my face as red as it feels?
You got makeup on. We can't see it.
I swear to God, I couldn't see you around my bangs, so I was just like happy, staring
He's
up
all,
in space at Rachel, and he's like, hello, hello.
I'll
the thing
give you a fist bump.
Thank you. The other thing is, this is the first time we've ever anchored together, so we're figuring each other out. I'm just Rachel,
I would have just tapped her.
Rachel.
I'd be like, hey,
Excuse me.
that's what I would have done.
No, we're getting used to each other.
Okay, can we talk about our juicy question?
Yes,
Because
okay,
I loved
guys.
it.
So this juicy question had us all talking this morning. It's 25% of people have kept this secret from their partner. So everybody chimed in with different answers, right? And the answer was actually a traffic ticket. But this had us talking. Like,
Yeah, our imaginations.
yeah,
went
like
wild.
what have you kept from your partner?
Yeah, so to anybody watching, I would love to know, like, what do you keep secret from your partner, or is there something that you have kept secret? So
That's a bold question.
Yeah.
No, like, okay, so for example, I have dated someone who would hide fast food from me.
Oh, really?
Like,
This is like King of Queens.
Why
Yeah.
did he
There's some serious issues.
hide
So he would
fast
eat
food?
it like on the way
because
home and
I
hide the
try to
bags?
be a really, really healthy eater.
Okay.
And that was something that was really important to me. And he was like, I'm only going to have fast food once a week. And then, like, every time I would get in his car, there were fast food bags, like, everywhere. Like, In-N-Out, Chick-fil-A, Del Taco.
Yeah.
Wow.
You didn't even
Like,
try to hide the
anything.
obsession.
Yeah. And as you get older, that becomes a thing where, like, when you're dating someone, it's like, yo, you're not in this alone anymore. Like, I want you to take care of yourself.
But
Like,
however,
but
you can't change a person either. You shouldn't try to change them too much. If
But
that's what they enjoy,
okay,
then
but
that's
why not just straight up say, like, that's a deal breaker for me.
It's not
Like,
the
I
most
can't-
attractive
Yeah.
thing to ever tell a woman. So what do you like to do when you're not around me? I just slam some fast food. Love me some double cheeseburgers while you're
But
not
you know,
around.
there is someone out there who's going to be like, I'm right there with you.
Yeah,
and there's
yeah.
someone for
Yes.
everybody.
No,
but then
Point
don't
of
you
it
feel
was,
like he's...
just tell me the truth. Don't hide it.
But what if he was doing it like he's like, look, I still love it. I don't want to tempt you, so I'm just going to eat it privately.
But he was like telling me how healthy he was eating and all this stuff. It was the lying. It was the lying.
So he's lying and killing himself.
And you're like, why do you
winner.
smell like a French fry? Like,
Yeah,
no
and then
way.
I want French fries, and then it's just not fair.
yeah, that's
But
that's
traffic-
So I definitely think though that just in dating in general, you guys tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you have to have similar eating habits or acceptance.
to.
Because like,
Absolutely
I
have
want
to.
a tomahawk steak. I could never date a vegetarian.
right, right.
You know what I mean? Like, I love chocolate. I'm always suspicious of people who don't. Like, there's always like certain things.
Okay, I agree
that
with
you
that
have
100%.
to. You have to suss out in the early stages.
Right,
You
right,
have to.
right. Well, like
And-
someone who doesn't drink, like maybe
I
you
was
enjoy
just gonna say
Yes,
that.
it's like if he doesn't
beverages.
drink, I'm out. I'm
Like,
out.
But seriously,
it's hard,
Well,
you
if
know?
they're going to look down on you when you're
Yeah,
having a
yeah.
cocktail.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's a
I've
problem.
dated people who don't drink, and I'm never doing it again. But good for you if you don't. But
Great
for
on
me,
you.
I am a beer connoisseur. Like, it is part. I just went to Colorado
It's
on
part of
vacation.
your
Part of my thing was that
thing.
we were going
Part
to
of
go to
your
breweries.
bloodstream.
We were going to go beer tasting. You know?
Yeah.
So,
It's
I
hard.
want to be able to do that with my man.
I agree.
I agree too. I think because it's hard. You know,
Going along with all the things.
I've had a few friends be like,
You learn a lot about us on the
12
after
years of
show.
life, I've just been saying yes. So
they're like, my friends are like, but you get a DD, and I'm like, yeah, but that's boring.
It is boring. That's what
Nobody
Uber's
wants to
for.
drink alone.
Yeah, you don't
right?
wanna
Nobody
drink
wants to
alone.
drink alone.
Does it count when the dogs are home?
that was really good. It took me a second. That was really good. I was like,
think
what is she
about it.
talking about? The dogs.
We have been all over
That's
the
why
place
she
this
wants so
morning.
many dogs. She needs 3 or 4 round
drink
dogs.
with.
It's a drinking group.
Hey, we got a whole drinking troop.
Thank you for putting up with that.
Yeah.
We
So,
started with talking
How
about
do you
drinks.
like your
We
first
ended
Facebook Live after show? Wrap it up in like 2 seconds.
I'm digging it. Took me a little second here to figure out the style, but I'm pretty sure I got it.
There
Fast
is
and
no
loose.
style.
It's not going to make a lot of sense, and we're going to roll with it.
Yeah.
Fast, loose, dangerous, potentially dangerous.
Have a great Labor Day.
Yes.
Bye.
Be careful
Thanks for
out
hanging out,
there.
guys.